We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the life that he lived to these homegoing services.
Each day we wake up to some new assault on our democratic institutions. Another setback to the idea of the rule of law. An offense to common decency. Every day you wake up to things you just didn't think were possible. Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other and to turn on each other, and that some Americans count more than others.
I don't care what they do in Washington. I care what we do in the community. We beat people bigger than Trump. We fought people harder than them if we stand up and be what we're supposed to be.
Because there's bad times like now. We're in a tough spot, folks. We got an administration that doesn't share any of the values that we have. And I don't think I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
Oh my God, these people get on my daggone nerves. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up, clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. Hit the like button. It shows that we have 240 people in here. We should have 240 likes. I don't know if you're on the from your phone or from your computer. Either way, hit the like button. That don't cost you anything. If you want to spend some money, feel free. And we have cash apps. We got super stickers, super chats. We have Buy Me a Coffee. We have members only. We also have MJ from WTF for Real. In the very first link, the GoFundMe to help out with his hospital expenses, because he has been in the hospital for a minute now. And his family need your help. They really, 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 really need your help. I really don't, usually I separate myself from any type of emotional connection with people, because that's just how I am. This is how I preserve my peace. So, and so I separate myself. Certain people, they break through that. They break through that with kindness. They break through it with just selflessness. They break through it with helpfulness. They break through it just by showing love, just by being present. You know what I mean? Certain people do that. And I have to say that MJ is one of those people that did that, because this brother, man, he joined our coaching group and just started helping everyone. And he didn't have to. He paid the same price of admission as everybody. He bought the course. And he was there as a student. He was there as a client, but he didn't operate in that capacity. He operated in the capacity of a coach. He operated in the capacity of an editor, of a thumbnail master. You know what I mean? Somebody who can teach other people. So if you got it on your heart to help out his family, is in the very first link, his GoFundMe. All right, guys, let's go and get into it. Let me speak to my people first. Before y'all know I like to run my mouth. I'm very happy to see y'all this morning. What's going on? Hadassah Inspires Us was the very first person up in here with the hot coach. What's going on, Hadassah? That's Nanny's take on the world. daughter right there, and she is killing it on her own YouTube channel. So feel free to go check her out. Hadassah inspires us. And if you on her intro, is some singing going on. That's her sister. Her sister wrote and sung the intro for that's on her channel. So shout out to her. What's going on, Sweet Angel? We got Sweet Angel up in here. We also have Love Jones. What's up, Love Jones? Yo, yo, yo. We got Love Jones up here. Hopefully you guys are good from the storms that's been going on around. We got Courtney. What's going on, Courtney? Much love to Courtney. We got Dr. Luke the Goat. Yeah, we got Jared Dupree up in here, per usual, man. Thank you so much for pulling up. We got Darnice. Hey, Darnice. She said, hey. Hopefully you're getting some work done while y'all checking it out. We got a lot of people who are pulling up. Please let me know where you're watching, what state. If you're not one of my my regulars, if you're new, hit me up with, let me know what your state is, what country you're watching from. That would be amazing, so we can get to know you. Wheezy is up in the building. What's going on, Wheezy? Mandy is up in here. Yeah, let's go. She said, hey, y'all, good morning. Wheezy said, hey, y'all, I'm driving again, but I'll be listening. Shout out to Wheezy. Wheezy, we appreciate you around here. Just want you to know that. B, we got B up in here. Yeah, we got B up in here. We got another member, Marla, who is up in here. Shout out to Marla, man. Shout out to Lorene. Is that Lorene or Lauren? Either way, much love to you. Good morning. We got Todd up in here. What's going on, Todd? I won't be doing a whole bunch of yelling today. My wife is working in her office, so I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of yelling. I'm trying to be respectful to her. Whenever we're working in the house together, I don't do a whole bunch of yelling. I might. I don't know. Because I'm getting sick and tired of all these daggone people. We got a lot to talk about today. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know one thing that you are grateful for, that you are appreciative of. I'm appreciative to the Lord for his grace and his mercy. I thank God for his grace and his mercy. I am a God-fearing person. That's just who I am. I'm not perfect, though. I curse. I still smokes my weed. Every now and again, I drinks my alcohol. I like watching movies that got killing and titties in it. What else? You know, since we confess and stuff, I might as well confess it all. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Just is what it is. I grew up on Porky's. You know what I mean? I grew up on Revenge of the Nerd, Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Living Dead, all of the Living Deads. All of those movies had those two elements, killing and titties. And I don't know why whenever somebody's running away from the killer, how come they always fall? They always fall. They always fall. Or they see that they can get away from the killer by running straight, but they go look over there and there's a barn that's way over there in the woods. You got to run through some corn crops in order to get there. And they figure, you know what? Instead of running straight, I'm going to go in there and wait. I'm going to go in there and hope for the best. I'm going to hope that the police come save my life. Oh, man, we got some things to talk about. Just to let you guys know, this political stuff is kind of wild, bro. There's a lot going on in the world. CNN seems to be in cahoots with Iran. We're going to speak about that in a minute. They're bragging about being the only news source who are allowed in Iran to report, but at the same time, they're only reporting propaganda. You know what I mean? They're reporting whatever Iran says they want out there. So that right there says a lot. And they've only reached out to CNN. That says a lot too. It's like if a pedo wants his story put out there, he'll reach out to people who are willing to platform them. I won't say him, because a pedo is not only men. And they will put him on. CNN has been working for the wrong side for a minute now. That's just my humble opinion. Phillip slipped up and said that those two guys that was making the bombs, that was throwing them in New York, that they were targeting Mamdani, they were going after Zohran Mamdani was just complete BS. We already know. Um, and we just now saw in Reverend Jesse Jackson's homegoing services where they were using the opportunity to have a anti-Trump rally versus a pro Jesse Jackson event. And when it was Kamala Harris' turn to speak, she started giggling. She started laughing. I don't want to say I told you so. We are at a damn funeral, lady. We are at a funeral. What the hell is wrong with you? So we got Stephen A, who's about to give her the business for that. All right. So my bad, guys. I am going to play that clip one more time because it goes into the whole Stephen A rant. And then we got Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton says that that Trump is doing much better this term than last term. So we got Hillary Clinton giving Trump his props, giving President Trump his props. Now I'm trying to figure out whether or not she's trying to get on his good list. You know, you better watch out. You better not pout. I think that she's trying to be on the good list just in case Sugar Honey Iced Tea goes down and she is put in the, the hot seat. She's arrested or something like that. We don't know. Her or Bill are arrested because it seems like Bill Clinton has been saying nice things about Trump. And it looked like Hillary Clinton is now saying nice things about Trump. So are they trying to get a pass, in case they get arrested? I don't know. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to know. Tijuana Border Jumper, what's going on? Tijuana Border Jumper is saying good morning to all the Patriots. Yeah. Shout out to all the Patriots. Yeah. Good morning, brother. Good morning. To Salty Doug. What's going on, Salty Doug? Salty Doug says, I'm a salty cracker. I'm a salty cracker. Said, love you, brother. Love you back in Jesus' name. Yeah, I love you back in Jesus' name. Yeah. Just in case, listen, man, this whole black versus white thing is I used to be high on that. I used to love just being disrespectful to people because they wasn't black. I used to love to say black people can't be racist because we ain't got no power. I used to say that. I used to love to compare my skin to other people's skin, my strength, my talents, all these other things to other people. And I was simply attributed to my race. And that was the most silly thing in the world, man. And I'm just not on that time anymore. I think that's so damn goofy. I think it's so stupid. And if you're one of those type of people, if you're racist, I will say this: continue to be who you are, but just know that nothing good is going to come from a negative mentality. Like that, when you look at the military is made up of all races, all sexes, like all genders. And y'all need to know that we should have each other's back. If you haven't been paying attention, people around the world hate Christians. They hate people who love the Lord. Now, whether or not you are a Christian or not, you live in a society, you live in a country that's Christian. You do. And we need to work together so we can prevent these assholes, these idiots, these imbeciles who claim to be putting their God before them, and all they're doing is just taking people up out of here. So if we're not going to work together, I don't like you, man. I don't like you. Like, kick rocks in your socks. What's your point of being around? We need to work together. Thank you for sharing balanced perspectives. For sure. I appreciate you pulling up and being a part of this. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. But as I said before, let me know one thing that you're grateful for, and I will call that out in a little bit. Cleveland, Ohio is up in here. Southeast Tennessee is up in here. Florida is up in here. Florida is up in here again. Yeah, Kansas is up in here. Let's go. Valencia says that she is high already. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Colorado is up in the building. We got Florida up in here again. Usually we have more Texas in here than anywhere. Arkansas is in here. Missouri is up in here. Yeah. Ohio says they watch a lot of our content driving a semi. Be careful, Matt. Shout out to Matt, man. Be careful out there driving that semi. Look, these guys driving these big old trucks, they make a lot of money. A lot of money. Ladies, y'all need to get with a man that drives a semi. Check out Matt. Matt is driving a semi. Yeah. So you need to go ahead and hit him up and ask him for $13. Love your work. Watching from Geneva, Switzerland. We got people in Switzerland. Yes, let's go. How do you say your name? Ben Owens? Ben. Shout out to Ben. Ben Owens. I was about to say, is that Benowen? Is that Benowen? See, I'm a little smarter than y'all believe I am. Shout out to Jacqueline. Hey fam, becoming a member soon. Just retired from the Air Force. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for your service, and I can't wait for you to become a member. Hey homie, I can share your stream in a Kick community and promotions for you to have follower and viewers and to earn from streams. Let's chat. Add me on Discord. Thank you, Charles. Hopefully you're a real person and not a bot that's just trying to sell me something. You know, much love to you. Thank you, Miriam. She says watching. Kelly from high up in the mountains of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Yeah. New Jersey is up in here. Regular watcher. Great stuff. Let's go. Thank you, Big O Sully. My bad. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for another day. I am grateful for my family, my husband, and my children. That was said by Christy Chico. Thank you so much for following the rules. Yeah. We got West Texas up in here. Again, Panama City, Florida. We got Florida. Florida is in here heavy. Let's go, man. I'm super excited. I am grateful that he is still on his throne. Latrice, you better speak. That's somebody who goes to church that speaks like that. Yeah, honesty, great traits. My wonderful, loving, caring parents who are no longer with us. Bless you, Lauren. Bless you, Lauren. Bless you. Lauren is let me see here. Let me see. We're about to get to it in a second, guys. We are about to get to it in a second, man. Shout out to all the men out here who are in the gym. If you are in the gym, let me know. If you work out on a regular, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Shout out to the 314. Shout out to Low Country of South Carolina. What's going on? See, Wheezy is so cool. Shout out to all my people. Let me know if you work out inside the chat. Just you can give me a muscle. You can give me 100 something. Also, the ladies, let me know if you go to the gym regularly as well. Yeah, we about that health life over here. I'm a skinny brother, but I gets it in. Somebody said brittle bones, 10-4. Yeah, it's okay. If you already passed that and you're past that age where you no longer go to the gym because it just doesn't work for you, then hey, that's cool. Just make sure you're working, you're walking, you're doing something active at home. Yeah. Love you like a play cousin. Louis B. Fishing. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Louis B. Fishing, man. I also want to shout out Natty and Cindy, two of our latest people to join our coaching group. Yeah, I can't wait for them to show up to our group calls. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and send a link to one of them right now because I'm serious, man. Don't buy my course if you're not about like getting what you pay for. Like I want you to get what you pay for. You know, I don't want you running around talking about Van didn't give me what I paid for. I paid for this and he didn't give it to me. Salty Doug says, I don't see your skin. I see your character. And I love what I see. The world needs more people like Van. Nah, the world needs more people like you too, bro. And thank you so much for the super chat. But I mean that all bottom of my heart. The world need more people like you. The world need more people who are willing to work with people simply because they shine a light in the darkness, that they're willing to sacrifice themselves in order to put the word out there that God is good and that we can do well together rather than fighting one another. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. A coach took the course yesterday. God bless. What? Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to, hey man, look, we got some good people up in here, and thank you so much for the super chat. Biggest mind screw ever. When your brain says, I can totally do that, and your body says, nah. Well, listen, you've been in a position before where your body matched what came out of your words. You know what I mean? And your body was capable. And a lot of us been there and we done that. Like we used to run up the sliding board and slide down or run up the slippery part and just have a ball. We used to jump on the monkey bars. We used to run and play with our friends. We used to run up in stores and snatch chips and cookies and cakes and run out. Y'all remember, don't act like y'all wasn't heathens before. I ain't the only person that was a heathen before. I remember one time I was late for school because I went to the gas station, to the store that's at the gas station, and it was run by some triplets. One of them name was Donald. The other one's name began with a D2, and they all looked the same. Black with bald heads, bald in the middle like George Jefferson. And I stole a couple of things out the store. I got out into the parking lot. I was almost scot-free, and one of them grabbed my shoulder. I was in elementary school, and I was so damn scared, man. I peed on myself right there. I had to sneak back to the house, change my clothes, and then go back to school. And I definitely got to school late that time because Jesus, man. But I used to love doing bad stuff, so just is what it is. Who we got? Dan 164-6704. Wow. Shout out to Philly, man. Philly is in the building. Shout out to Philly, man. Philly's in the, man, what? I got some good people. Yeah. Let's go and get into it. All right. So, first up on the docket. Hey, thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it. First up on the docket is let me show off my guns. Oh yeah, brother been in the gym. Look at these, man. I got a 38 now. Last year I had deuce. I had 22s, brother. Now look at that. Yeah, these are 38s, 38 specials, 357. You know what I mean? Just in case you don't know, the 357 and the 38 specials, they can be operated in the same gun. Okay, just so you know. All right. But I'm super excited about my work. I've always been very skinny my entire life, so that's the only reason why I'm showing off my guns. I'm showing off my gains because I'm actually trying to encourage other people who are still able-bodied. And you're able-bodied, but your mentality tell you not to really get in the gym as much as you want to, or not to really work out, get on the floor and do push-ups and all those other things. Well, I do it. I'm 47 years old, and the more that I work out, the better I feel, and the more my wife compliments me, and that's a win-win. That's it. I can care less about other people compliment me. I don't need another woman saying, "Van, you look good." I don't need a brother saying, "Van, I like what you're doing, brother. Keep it up." I don't need none of that. If I can inspire somebody else to get in the gym and do that thing, then yeah, I'm happy about that. And plus, I got good people all over Philly, all over the world that just support what we got going on over here. So let's go. Okay. So Stephen A was very upset with Kamala Harris. The reason why is because, first of all, Stephen A voted for Kamala the same way I voted for Biden in 2020. I voted for Biden when he ran against Trump. I thought Trump was evil. I thought Trump was racist. I thought Trump was everything that CNN told me he was. I thought Trump was everything that MSNBC told me he was. So I voted for Biden. This is when I worked on this is when I worked on an army installation, and I was in charge of the chemicals and the waste and the hazardous waste, and a couple of contracts that came onto the facility to take care of our batteries, to take care of our waste. You know, the waste contract. I was in charge of that as well. Um, and it was many things, man. I wore many hats, and I don't even have a degree. But when one of our environmental engineers left, someone had to do the work because the federal government is lazy sometimes, and they don't want to fill the position so that they can pay the right people for it. Sometimes they'll take whoever's available, and if you are smart enough to handle those duties, they'll sure enough give them to you, and you're not going to get more money for it. So when I was working for the federal government, I did a whole ton of work, and it was dangerous type of work, but but I did it nonetheless. So now we're in politics, and some people in my family like it, some people in my family do not. But at the end of the day, I believe we're doing some good by adding a bit of context and truth, a different perspective that's not biased. I'm not a based conservative. All right. Hopefully that doesn't turn a lot of you off. I'm not a base conservative. Okay. What I am is someone who was a lifelong Democrat, and but I lived like a conservative, meaning I valued marriage from day one. I valued family from day one. My wife taught me this because I didn't see myself having my own family. I saw myself um, potentially being a singer or a rapper or a producer. That's what I saw. That's what I saw myself being, a singer, rapper, or producer. And when I did go to school, I went to school for free because I was raised in the foster care system. I was raised in the foster care system. And in Washington, D.C., I don't know if this is anywhere else, but in D.C., when you're raised in the system, you get to go to college for free as long as you have a C average or better in high school. And I had a C average or better, even though I didn't do my homework the whole time in high school. I wasn't doing homework. I'll take tests, but I wasn't doing homework. I was skipping school. I was fighting a lot, doing whatever I wanted to do, man. High school was my playground. And I went to Ballou Senior High School on 4th and MLK. And although it's in one of the worst areas in DC, it was an amazing experience for me. And you know what I mean? Not for others. A lot of people went through some things. Me, I really enjoyed it. Um, a lot of bad things happened too. I lost friends while there. I was robbed inside the school. I was robbed at a funeral, at one of my friends' funeral. Um, I did things to other people while in the school. I was a little bit of a bully from time to time, and sometimes I liked to bully bullies whenever I was bored. But I did also allow some people to, treat me like I wasn't the bully of bullies. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just didn't feel like it. So you have that. At the end of the day, I'm a real person, and I love people, and I put God, family, and now I added country before anything, because this is what we have. This is what our ancestors fought, bled, and died for. And if you are one of those people, you're an American citizen who are always putting out nothing but hate, disdain, and darkness, always trying to make other people feel like they are oppressed or victims, then you need to check yourself. You need to dig a little bit into that Bible and realize that you are going to miss out on all of your blessings because you don't appreciate the blessings that you have. Those are the people who are constantly complaining that we're being held back, that we can't do this and we can't do that. You are more blessed than you give yourself credit. And you need to give God more credit, because a lot of times we start feeling ourselves so much, smelling ourselves so much, that we give ourselves way more credit than we give the Lord. But the Lord is the one that woke us up. The Lord is the one that breathed life into our bodies. The Lord is the one that provided us with another day to get it right, not another day to be an asshole, not another day to be a dick, not another day to just troll people on the internet and say stupid, outlandish sugar honey iced tea. And you know what I mean? The Lord give us another day so we can do something right with our time to help someone else, to communicate in a way that's loving and caring and supportive. You know what I mean? So forth and so on. So if you're not going to be a light, then you might as well go and do Satan's work. You might as well go do Satan's bidding, because that's what those people are about. We are here to push forward the Lord's word and the Lord's will, and that doesn't mean we have to be perfect at all by any stretch, because I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. Like, if you can look at me and see my sins, if you can look at me and see the things that me and my wife have gone through, me and my family have gone through, you will probably hate me. I'm dead ass serious. If you looked into my childhood and you saw some of the things that I did when nobody was around, like breaking into houses, breaking into cars, fighting people who don't even want to fight. They just walking up the street and I just jump out and punch them in the face, like, because I'm bored that day. Like, you would not have liked me. Like, the same way, if I knew a lot of the dark things about some of you, I would think otherwise as well. I will question our friendship or our relationship as well. But to God be the glory. He gave me another chance. He blessed me to walk in another direction. So for that, I will I will spend some of my life, a great deal of it, speaking positively about the God I serve. Now, some people say, man, this is make believe. I heard Charleston White. Shout out to Charleston White. Charleston White says that the devil and Satan and the Lord are all fairy tales. And he says that a lot of things that we believe, we're just making up in our minds. Well, fine, well and good. If I find out later that I've been duped, that the Lord does not exist, so be it. Because at this point, Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And the things that I see are nothing but miracles on a day-to-day basis. When I step outside, I see stars in the sky. I don't know who put them there. I believe my Lord put them there. I believe the God I serve put them there. The trees behind my home, the Lord put them there. The fact that cars don't jump the road and just hit people all, and we just feel comfortable just driving to and fro, handling our business. And we got gasoline, we got geniuses that's creating all of these inventions so we can continue to live lavishly and amazing lives. You know, for that, I continue to thank the Lord. Birth of people, man, the fact that we can breathe and talk and continue to create and use the resources, use the sources that the Lord already made to create other things. Bro, you need to definitely dive into this thing for real. Pause, no diddy. Okay, Van, you talked enough. We got another member. Um, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, all right, so Natty, um, I'm going to send you an email right after this is done, so that you can. Matter of fact, let me send it right now, so that I won't forget. I'm sending you an email. Hold on one second. Yeah. Yeah, I am sending you an email. Hopefully, let me see here. Yeah, God is good. We about to get into the news in a second, guys. I just want to make sure that we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing. And let me see. Face LFR Family. All right, let me go back over here. Okay, Letitia. Okay. Got you locked in. I am sending you an email right now. Meeting link. Okay. I just now sent you an email, Natisha. So we can get it popping. And thank you so much for everything that y'all are doing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's go. No more holding back. We about to talk our sugar honey iced tea. Let's get to these disrespectful mofos, man, who think that they are the sugar honey iced tea. They not. I'm not gonna start cursing. Thank you guys for everything. All right, let's get it. Let me go and get this off the screen. Let me get this off the screen, boom. Pat out. Okay. All right. Let's go. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the life that he lived to these homegoing services.
Each day we wake up to some new assault on our democratic institutions. Another setback to the idea of the rule of law. An offense to common decency. Every day you wake up to things you just didn't think were possible.
I wish most of the people he's talking to knew that Deporter-in-Chief actually deported more people from this country than Trump has. I wish a lot of people would remember and realize that people died under his watch. People died while trying to become citizens. He got them up out of here. I wish people could remember that he was the one that hired Tom Homan first to do his bidding. I wish people could remember that nobody was out there assaulting these ICE agents under the Obama regime, and CNN was doing ride-alongs with ICE as they went to arrest all of these illegal immigrants. But unfortunately, we don't remember those things.
Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other and to turn on each other, and that some Americans count more than others.
I don't care what they do in Washington. I care what we do in the community. We beat people bigger than Trump. We fought people harder than them if we stand up and be what we're supposed to be.
This is a bad time.
Why is this ant-looking mother effer in a funeral? Why, bro? And I apologize for calling him an ant, but why is he in a funeral talking about Trump, who just so happened to be the only person that took the stage who was a real friend of Jesse Jackson? Even Al Sharpton stabbed him in the back. Hey, Natty, come back at 11:30. Come back at 11:30 so we can do this. All right? All right. I hope they can remember that. Like, this is not fallacy. This is the truth. Now, Al Sharpton was a friend of Jesse Jackson's at first. He was. Like, the same amount of pictures that you see with Donald Trump hanging out with Jesse Jackson, you'll see that same amount with Al Sharpton. But when it was time for Jesse Jackson to run for president, where's Al? Anybody seen Al? Has anybody seen Al? So stop faking. And Barack Obama, he didn't even like you, bro. Okay, let me stop.
Times like now. We're in a tough spot, folks. We got an administration that doesn't share any of the values that we have. And I don't think I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Let me just.
What values, Joe? What values do you have? I don't think I share the same values you have. How many of you in the chat share the same values that Joe Biden have? Let me know.
Say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
But watch this. But what we
It's
didn't
horrible.
see. So here's the thing that I don't like. She said, I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming. And then her transition was, but what we didn't see coming was that Reverend Jackson wouldn't be here today. She is so corny, bro. She is so corny. She said, bro, she believes that she's the talk of the town, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna bash her. What's the point? I'm not gonna bash her.
See that lady, figuratively speaking, in our face one more time talking about she told us so. It's pissing me off. Because it's implying that we didn't support her. Nearly 75 million people voted for her. You had a 107-day campaign. 75 million people almost showed up to vote for you.
Allegedly.
You had $1.5 billion to spend. We supported you. Why are you sitting at a memorial service in a church with nothing but black people around you talking to us about you told us so, like we didn't support you? I voted for her. Most black folks voted for her. What are you talking about? We supported you when you didn't necessarily earn our support.
That part.
You didn't go through a primary.
That part.
You didn't scallivant around the country earning our vote, knocking door to door. You didn't do that. You bypassed the primary. You were handed the presidential nomination for the Democratic Party once Biden stepped down. You had some people in the Democratic Party laughing about the fact that, you know what? We're glad that Biden stepped down when he did, because had he stepped away earlier, there would have been a primary. She wouldn't have been a Democratic nominee for the presidency. And after that, you know what? She wouldn't have had that opportunity. It wasn't us that went on The View. And when you were asked, is there anything different that you would do compared to what Biden did? I really can't think of anything. We didn't do that.
But your punk ass still voted for her. You did that. This thing I don't like about Stephen A., and I like him. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's smart as hell. But come on, bro. You need to accept accountability sometimes. You need to accept accountability. As smart as you are, your punk ass still went there and said, I'm voting for her, even though you saw her on The View, saying, I'm just going to keep on doing what Biden did. And you knew that that was a wrong answer. You knew that that was wrong. When she was asked about being the border czar, did you ever go and visit the border? This chick says, well, I never visited Europe either. What? And you still voted for her. So Stephen A., I believe that this is more telling of you than it is of Kamala. This is just me. I'm not trying to sugar honey iced tea on Stephen A. But what I will say is that your old fence straddling ass need to be called out for your part in this as well, because this is exactly what if you look up lukewarm church in the dictionary, you will see a picture of Stephen A. just cheesing, smiling, just with that same daggone headline that he got. You was a part of the problem. With all of the knowledge you have, how connected you are, and I do realize why you did it, is because your community that you're a part of all support that. But you want them to see the things I say out of my mouth are fair, but my actions are in line with you all. So don't cancel me. This was all about Stephen A. not wanting to be canceled. I know I'm pissing off some people, but I'm just going to let me tell y'all this right now. This was all about Stephen A. not wanting to be canceled by the black community. That's it. That's it. Because he knew better, but he didn't do better. Oh, that's a word. That's a word. Stephen A. knew better, but he didn't do better. And after the fact, he feel like he can talk all the shit he want to talk. Well, that's because we allow him to. We celebrate this fool as if he was on our side the entire time. He was not. He was speaking from both sides of his ass because this is what keeps him safe. if he's in the middle, like he can speak, he was speaking against the Democrat Party. He was speaking against the way that they were acting. He was speaking against their policies. He was speaking against everything that they allowed. He knew all of the detriment that was happening from it. He knew that the reason why ICE had to be called to do what they're doing in the first place was because of the blatant disregard for our country by the Biden administration. And Kamala had no parts of it because she was not even smart enough to realize what was going on. 3.5 years into her presidency, into her vice presidency, and she hasn't visited the border. She's out there touting a border bill, but yet did not visit the border for the bill. The whole purpose of the bill was for the border, and you don't even know a damn thing about it, but you still voted for her. Stephen A., you need to respectfully kiss all of our black asses because you are part of the problem. With your platform, bro, you could have really set a precedent, but you didn't. All you did was criticize, but at the same time, all of your actions was, but I'm all for her. If I had to vote for between Trump and Kamala, I'm voting for Kamala because Trump, I just don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the way he do things. But after the fact, you want to shit on the Democrat Party. You want to shit on Kamala and Biden and Obama because you voted for them. You feel like you're an insider and you can say whatever you want to say. No, you're not an insider, bro. You don't. What do you belong to? What stances do you take? And now you're going all over this. You're going all over all of these different shows, trying to make them believe that in 2028 you might potentially run for president. He's a flip-flopper, man. He is a flip-flopper. Most of us are flip-floppers, but I'm just saying, he's a flip-flopper.
You did. And we voted for you anyway. We told you to be aggressive, to stop being so damn loyal to Joe Biden, to making sure that you assuaged his concerns, and as a result, you were conducting yourself in a fashion that was non-offensive to him, more so than prioritizing getting as many votes as you possibly could to win the presidency, and you could thank him and you could take care of him later. We were telling you that. We were telling you to be more aggressive. We were telling you to be more assertive. We were telling you to remind people of your record. You were an attorney general. You were a senator. You were the reigning vice president of the United States. You had the credential. What were you being passive for? You didn't want to be disloyal. You didn't want to come across as being disloyal. But we found out in your book after you lost the election. You didn't tell us all of that beforehand. You wasn't aggressive beforehand. You didn't push the envelope beforehand.
How could she be aggressive beforehand? She had nothing to tout. She had nothing to brag about. While she was the VP, she didn't do anything. That's why every single time she bragged about anything, it was about when she was a senator. It was about when she was an attorney. That's what it was about. Stephen A., come on, bro. Like, what could she brag about? What could she be aggressive about? What could she? This is why President Obama did not want to primary her. This is why he didn't want to pick her. Just in case y'all don't remember, and I do know we get these brief moments of amnesia, but we need to remember this. Barack Obama was one of the last people to endorse her. He was one of the last. He was still thinking about it like, I don't know, man. I don't know. She might not be the best one. Now, are you sure we ain't got nobody else? Are you sure? What about Gavin? You don't think Gavin? Nah, Gavin not ready? What about Pete Buttigieg? Buttigieg not ready? Who we gonna pick? They really want to pick Kamala? Man, I don't know. I don't feel good about it. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what Barack Obama was doing, bro. He didn't have to. He didn't want to endorse her. Am I misremembering this? Maybe I'm misremembering. Because as far as I know, he was probably the first one to endorse her, and I'm just all over the place. I don't know. But the way that I remember it, he took his sweet time to endorse her because he didn't know that she was the right one. He didn't know. So although, and I agree with Stephen A., what he's saying right now. I agree with some of what he's saying. But he goes on rants all the time, not realizing that he was also in support of her, bro. That's why he voted for her. She had nothing to brag. Give me one thing she had to brag about. While she was the VP, please someone tell me in the comments, anybody, especially a troll, especially the trolls that hate us because we voted for Trump. I want you to tell me what she did while she was the VP. Anything. Anything. I'm listening. I am listening. Anything. Because at the end of the day, bro, I just think it's all foolish the way that we misremember. I think it's pretty wild the way we misremember. And yeah. All right, I got another one for it.
Happy Monday. I am here because I attended Reverend Jackson's funeral, and I want to give my condolences to the Jackson family and say thank you to Reverend Jackson for everything that you've done for our people nationally and here in the great city of Chicago. This message is for former President Barack Obama. It seems like at the services you were focused on letting people know that you were going to be the next leader of Black America. And I'm asking you kindly to please leave us alone. We don't need another leader. You had 8 years to do what you needed to do for us, and we lost 70% of our collective wealth. The only thing that we got from the Obama administration was a bunch of vacant lots that are now driving up our property taxes and exacerbating flooding issues. We want to be able to create our own leadership. People who are my age voted for you as teenagers and young adults, and we watched our communities crumble for 8 years. We don't have 8 more years for you. So please leave the plight of Black Chicago alone and let us heal from the damage that you've already inflicted on us. Shout out to former Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. for calling out the political grandstanding that took place at his father's funeral. I, too, was not impressed because Reverend Jackson deserved more than for his funeral to be turned into a DNC rally, the same group of people that is actively hurting the city of Chicago, specifically the Black community. Vote red instead, and I hope to see you at the polls next Tuesday.
So this is just another young lady who saw that BS of a performance from Barack, Joe, Kamala, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who was the bishop of his own church in Baltimore until he got ran out of the city for impregnating one or two of his congregants in the church. And I believe he ended up marrying another female who he cheated on his wife with. This dude was off the chain. And then once he was kicked out of his church for that, he ended up going to take over another church, one of the biggest churches in Atlanta, Georgia, who was run by Bishop Eddie Long, who was kicked out of that same church for having relations with some of the boys or the young men in the church. Yeah, while he was married too. So he was married to a woman, but while he was the bishop of the church that Pastor Jamal Bryant is currently the pastor of, he was having relations with the young men in the church. Yeah, so they got him up out of there and they brought over Jamal Bryant, who was, I guess, better because he was having sex with women instead of boys in the church. And now we got this. Pastor Jamal Bryant, just in case you don't know who he is the pastor at Reverend Jackson's funeral who said, we would have done this. He said that this service has gone on for 3 hours so far. And it's been long because we weren't able to get a spot on the Capitol. Don't know what that means. He said, but the Capitol is the place for podcasters and pedophiles at the moment. Made absolutely no sense whatsoever. And guess what? Everyone started applauding and clapping like dumbass seals the same way that they do on The View. The same way that they do on The View. Like, you don't have to make any points. As long as you make Satan's point, you are fine. because you're not there to make God's point. You're not there to make an American point. What you're there to make is a satanic, anti-American point of view. That's what the view is a satanic, anti-American point of view. But yet, they use their platform to say everyone else who think opposite of them are the satanic ones, are the anti-American ones. How in the hell can we had to kick Biden out to bring in a pro-American president, and now we're getting what we voted for. All right, so at the end of the day, excuse me, at the end of the day, I got exactly what I voted for. Put an American flag inside of the chat if you got what you voted for, guys. Let me know if you got what you voted for. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. All right, let me know if you got what you voted for inside of the chat. Put an American flag up there. All right, so listen to what Abby Phillip said on CNN. Check this out. Let me unmute this. All right, here we go.
Two Republicans say Muslims don't belong here after an attempted terror attack against New York's Mayor Zohran Mamdani, and the House Speaker Mike Johnson says nothing really to condemn those comments. Another special guest is going to be with us at the table when we.
So, y'all heard what she just now said. She said something about the terrorists who attacked the New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani. Then, of course, people started coming out saying that she need to retract her statement, she needs to apologize, or she need to be fired. And immediately, she put this out there. Immediately, it says, hold on, let me see. Let me put myself over here. See here. I want to correct something I said last night. The bombs thrown in New York City over the weekend by ISIS, she made sure that she put ISIS in there, inspired attackers, was thrown into a crowd of anti-Muslim protesters. Anti-Muslim protesters, and not specifically targeted at as Mayor Mamdani. The wording was inaccurate, and I didn't catch it ahead of time. I apologize for the error. Even the wording of this is wrong. Even the wording of this is wrong. A city, it was fired into a crowd of anti-Muslim protesters. What? I don't even know if that's true. I honestly don't even know if that's true. But this is something that Donald Trump started. Donald Trump got the fear of God in these people, man. They are afraid of God. President Trump got mainstream media shook. Shook. Every single time they say something wrong now, they got to jump up and say, oh, we got to apologize because we might get sued. You're damn right you're going to get sued. You damn right you're going to get sued. Because you were the ones that claimed that it was the right, it was the people on the right who was always spreading misinformation. What are we seeing now, folks? We're seeing that they're spreading misinformation, but they're checking themselves immediately because they realize that they can be sued, and they don't want to be sued. Trump got them shook, and I'm happy about it. Thank you, Abby Phillips, for letting us know that you were wrong. Intentionally wrong, but you got caught, and it's okay. It's quite all right. It's quite all right, Abby Phillips.
Airports, 4 hours at some airports, and you wonder why? It's because unscheduled absences among airport security officers have more than doubled since the shutdown. 300 employees have quit.
I mean, they haven't been getting a paycheck. And remember, this is the second round of a shutdown today. So they missed 2 paychecks the first time. I think they've already missed 1 paycheck this time around. Senator Katie Britt, who is normally pretty calm, was quite furious about it. Here she is.
We are now 24, 25 days into a government shutdown with a department that is actually charged with keeping Americans safe. We also know that there is the ability to have increased threats. And the agency, whether it be Coast Guard, TSA, CISA, Secret Service, CBP, and ICE.
We already know that this is a game. We know that this is a game, and they're willing to play it as long as they can blame us for it. I had to fix that. My daggone light was just a little too down. Yeah, so DHS has been shut down for weeks now. Weeks. And they know what they're doing. They want there to be complete turmoil. They want there to be chaos so that they can win the day. This is how they get things done. Think about it. Y'all remember the border bill, right? Nothing can move like where we open up the floodgates to the border. We did this. We opened up the border. We started selling all of the material that President Trump purchased to seal the border. We're selling all of this material pennies on a dollar. And then we act as if the only way to fix this problem that we created is by you all signing this border bill. The border bill, when you read it, it had nothing but pork in it. Nothing but pork. And for people who claim to be all about the Islamic religion and the Muslim religion, I don't understand how they can present such a bill that has so much pork in it, because those people don't eat pork. They don't eat pork. We done seen Jake Lang pull up and roast an entire pig, and they find it to be extremely, as a matter of fact, that's what Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York, that's who he blamed for the bomb being thrown. He didn't blame the two terrorists. He blamed Jake Lang for pulling up with a roasted pig. He blamed him. He's saying that he is the reason why that peaceful protest turned violent. And this is why, see, Chuck Schumer stands by this. So this is why President Trump said this about Chuck Schumer.
Politician. He is now a Palestinian officially. He is registered as a Palestinian. He's taken the biggest turn of any human being I've ever seen. He's gone from totally pro-Israel to totally pro-Palestinian. He wants to protect the Iranian people that are quite nasty. But it's very simple. All voters must show the act.
Now, I don't know if y'all saw the video that I posted yesterday, and it was of Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer was younger when he said that presenting your Social Security card is normal, is something that everybody used to do back in the day. So why is it such a big deal now that we're asking for people to present their identification? Just in case you don't know what I'm talking about this.
Admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a Social Security card. In fact, one way to prove you're a bona fide person who can have a job is to ask for a driver's license and a Social Security card. This is an anti-fraud amendment. Over where we go, people say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants or others from coming here? And the number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud. What they are proposing in this so-called SAVE Act is like Jim Crow 2.0.
Y'all see this mess, man? This is the stuff that they do. They double speak when it doesn't benefit them. Like they're all about double speaking. If it doesn't benefit them, they will speak, they will lie straight to our faces and then claim that DHS or any department that they want to close down is closed because of Trump, because of MAGA, because of conservatives, because of Republicans. And that's not the case. And I don't know about y'all, but me, when I hear them speak about these types of things, it gets on my nerves. It really does. And here's Hakeem Jeffries pretty much admitting it all. Like, this dude is just, he wants to be the new face. He wants to be the new leader of the Democrat Party. But nobody's really accepting him as such because they realize that this cat just does not have what it takes. Like, he's literally Timu Obama. He's literally QVC Obama. And nobody wants him. And nobody's really batting for him. Nobody really want him to take the realm because they realize that he don't have what it takes. But these cats, they want the government to be shut down. They want there to be some pain so that the people can get out there and throw some rocks and protest and change the midterms. This is what it's all about. Think about this. The midterms is upon us. What's the best way to have people upset at the current administration? You take away their livelihood. And when you take away their livelihood, you point at the people who are in charge and say they can do whatever they want to do. If they wanted to fix it, they would, but they are the reason why you are out of a job right now. They're playing mind games with us, and the people who fall for these mind games are the ones who will pull up and call us silly and call us stupid for being in a position that we're in. For being in the thinking that we are in, that this current administration is doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and they're overcorrecting because of the last administration who just blatantly gave us their asses to kiss.
Completely and totally out of control group of people. It's the reason why we are in a DHS shutdown right now, because Republicans have refused to agree to the type of bold, transformative, meaningful, and dramatic reforms we are demanding in order for the Department of Homeland Security funding bill to move forward. And I won't go through all of the demands, much of which we've talked about repeatedly in the public, but one of those demands is keep ICE out of sensitive locations. And we've defined that as schools, houses of worship, hospitals, and polling sites. We want an explicit prohibition that ICE can go nowhere near any polling sites in the United States of America. It's one of our demands. We're not going to bend on it.
Why don't you want ICE at polling stations? Why? That's like a man asking his wife or asking his girlfriend, please don't come to the gym with me. Don't come to the gym with me. It's my right to go to this gym by myself. What's at the gym that you don't want me to see? What's there that you don't want me to be a part of? Why don't you want ICE at the polling booth if you don't have something to hide? Why are you trying to sneak voters into the voting booth undetected? Are you afraid that somebody might be arrested? Are you afraid that they might find something? Don't act like their presence alone just scares people, because that's not the case. When I'm walking down the street and I see ICE or Homeland Security or the police or anybody, I'm good. Okay. You're here. So what? This is them doing what they've been meaning to do in the first place. The whole point of opening up the floodgates and opening up the border is to create new voters. Democrat voters, by the way. And now that they have, we don't want ICE there, because if ICE is there, we can't follow through with our plan. It's that simple. If ICE is there, we can't follow through with our plan. ICE should not be at the voting booth. And now they're just fussing about it. It's ridiculous.
But their bill isn't voter ID, number one. It is about voter registration. It allows ICE to kick tens of millions of people off the rolls.
Wait a minute, is this true? Somebody said the only states Kamala won had no voter ID. Is this true? Somebody let me know, man. Somebody let me know. Because if that's the case, that is wild. Is this true? Somebody. They are not this blatant, are they? Get out of here. This is crazy. This is wild. This is wild, bro. This is wild. I cannot believe it, man. I cannot believe it. This is crazy. Wow.
And they don't tell them until election day, and you show up and you say, you're not registered anymore. You're not registered here. You're not on the rolls.
This is crazy, man. Fear mongering is their thing. It's like we need to put some fear in y'all. We need to tell y'all what they're doing to y'all and what they're going to do to you all. And bro, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Here's President Trump speaking on it. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, by the way. And if you haven't hit the like button yet, please make sure you do so, because the like button does help YouTube just let people know that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So hit the like button, guys, if you haven't already. That's the only price of admission for these live streams. And if you want to support in another way, there's many other ways to support, but hit the like button. That would be extremely helpful. Okay. And also, guys, don't forget, I want you all to start a YouTube channel. Okay. The reason why is because your purpose is tied to a lot of people online. There's 7.4 billion people in the world, 330 million people in the United States of America. I do realize I'm not exactly right, but I'm in the ballpark, and I believe that your gifts and your talents could be widespread throughout this internet, and you can definitely do it. Like, it's so many different ways to do it. You don't need to purchase a course to do it. You don't need to hire a coach to do it. You don't need to pay for a new camera, new microphone, new lights, have your own studio setting to do it. You can do it in your car. You can cut on that phone that's already $1,000 phone that most of us carry around, and you can record your perspective. Why? Because it's necessary. People need to hear from real people. We have AI, which is artificial intelligence, and now we need more NI, all right, which is nigger intelligence. I mean, natural intelligence. And people need to hear that, all right? All right. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
So the shutdown continues. The Republican Party's not going to pay $1.5 trillion to illegal immigrants coming into our country, coming in for a lot of reasons, coming in from prisons, from jails, from all over the place, from Venezuela, many countries. We're not going to do that. So the shutdown continues. It's a Democrat shutdown. It's a Schumer shutdown because his career has failed and it's over. I met with President Zelensky, as you know, today.
Now, as you just now heard, now he's about to start talking about President Zelensky, Ukrainian president, but he called it a Schumer shutdown. And when these people are not in power, they feel like everything is on the shoulders of the administration that is in power. And that's how they're moving. And they don't care. Like, they will sacrifice their own babies to win a debate. They will sacrifice their own their newborn, their families, their sacrifice anybody. They sacrifice the rest of the country if it meant they could win a race. If it meant that, they will sacrifice it. And this is the only reason why I present the perspective I present, guys. I don't know a whole lot about politics. I'm certain a lot of you already know that, but that don't mean I don't have a perspective, and that's based off of my own living. Here's one thing I do know. I don't want my sons to have mandatory gay role models, gay mentors. This is what some President Obama said that young men should have. Young boys should have a gay mentor like he did. That's what he had. And then it comes to find out that he was in a gay relationship with a gay man, and they were smoking together and doing things together. And we still don't know the true story behind his chef who died on his premises, and nobody was held accountable for it. His chef, who was in impeccable shape, he was an athlete. He actually was a swimmer, but he died in a lake in their backyard with no one around because he decided, oh, it's a nice day. I'm about to go and do some paddle boarding while nobody's here. Oh man, he slipped. Dang it. What happened? I want to know, what does he know? What did he know? And how come nobody's held accountable for that? Obama, he wasn't there that weekend. Michelle, she wasn't there that weekend. We don't know what happened. Then why in the hell are your special chef, your private chef there, who only cooked for you? He don't cook for the rest of the staff. He cooked for the Obamas. Why was he on the premises? Why was he there in the first place? By himself. That makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. So I might not have a whole bunch of political knowledge, but something I do have is common sense. I have a little bit of that, for sure. I have a little bit of common sense. God dang. For real. Y'all gonna stop playing games, man. Y'all gonna stop playing games. In other news, a Charlotte man spent only 3 months in jail for beating a 64-year-old Navy veteran is now a quadriplegic. He just beat a woman so hard in the face he knocked out her earrings. This dude, we continue to let people out of prison who don't deserve it. We continue to lock people up who don't deserve it. We just ass backwards. So at the end of the day, man, what's really going on? What's really going on? Let me point out some of my people and read some of these chats. You guys are in this joint killing. Let me see. Trump mocks God all the time. When does Trump mock God, bro? When does Trump mock God? When does Trump mock God? Hi, Van. I'm glad to catch you here. Thanks for your truthful and unbiased coverage. It's a little biased. My coverage is a little biased. It really is. Here's the thing. So this young lady, and thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. She says she thanks me for my unbiased coverage. It's very biased. It's biased. It's God based. It's family based. It's country based. So if I have a pro country point of view, and a lot of these people on the left are anti country. I have a pro God point of view. A lot of the people on the left are anti God. And as we just now saw them in a church, it's not about God when they're in the church. It's not about the reason for the season. Like, we're here to honor Reverend Jesse Jackson, his life. But what did they do? They chose to use that pulpit as an opportunity to have a black Democrat rally. That's what they chose to do. And it was fake as hell, because leading up to that, everybody was saying, fuck Trump, fuck Trump. Did you hear anybody say that in the church? Why? Because they played the part. They played the role when it's time to play the role. Ain't nobody say that then because they're in the church and they don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to disrespect the family. But I'm going to disrespect the family and talk about politics because that's exactly what they asked us not to talk about. And how do we know that there's an issue with that? It's because the next day, the son, Jesse Jackson's son, said for 3 hours, all of these politicians who did not know my father was here spewing all of this ridiculousness, something that we didn't ask for. I came across this video yesterday and I want to show it to you. I'm going to mute it though, because it has someone singing in it, and that will completely demonetize this video. Now y'all see this right here. Y'all see this. Trump looks so racist. This is the most racist video I have ever seen of Trump. So racist. Look at him. Look how racist he is, bro. The only reason why he was around him is because he was running for president. Oh, he wasn't running for president? My bad. My bad. The only reason why he was in the middle of all these boxers, that's Tommy Hearns right there. Jesse Jackson again. Don King. Having a good time. Is because he was racist. This is what a racist looks like. This is the face of a racist. This is the face of a racist. Wouldn't you agree that this is the face of a racist? Hadassah and Natisha, I'll be with y'all in 1 second. I got one more video I wanted to show them. Y'all see this right here, right? This is the face of a racist. Everybody that's a troll, everybody that continued to act as if nobody loved this guy, they absolutely adored him. And for what? What was he about? He was racist. Jennifer Hudson. How many of you know about Jennifer Hudson? Jennifer Hudson was one of the winners of American. Well, she was one of the winners of American Idol. She was up against Fantasia. So she couldn't win that one. Like, ain't no way you can win against Fantasia. I'm sorry. You're not beating Fantasia. But Jennifer Hudson's family got murdered in her home. Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered in her home. The racist, Donald Trump, decided to protect her by putting her in a suite at the Trump Tower and told her that she can stay for as long as she possibly wants for free. And then helped her get back where she needed, where she had protection and she had shelter somewhere else. This is what a racist does. African President Nelson Mandela, this dude was arrested for like 27 years. When it was time for him to go back home, he went back home in style. A private jet sent to him by Trump, the racist, Donald Trump. So at the end of the day, man, y'all are. Oh, I'm done, Mike. I ain't saying racist no more. Well, you can count two, but this is the Democrats. This is black people who claim that he's racist. Oh yeah, okay. I don't believe him. I don't believe him because this right here does not say that at all. Not one bit. All right, so we got one more video I wanted to show y'all, and then I'm out. All right, because I got my people pulling up. I got Natty, I got Hadassah, and I got Nanny, and I am almost done, guys. But I got to show this to y'all because I think that this is extremely important. For everybody who submitted a super chat, for everybody who commented, all my blues and all my greens, thank you so much for being a part of this morning's live stream. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so this one right here is a special treat. Let me go ahead and throw this joint up. Where is it? There it is.
So I didn't want to bust nobody out. I felt like it, but I didn't want no problems. So I'm grocery shopping, doing all my errands, getting ready to go to work this week, which some of y'all need to take some fucking lessons and learn how to do. And I'm at the grocery store, and it's this family in front of me, can't speak a lick of English. And the food stamps that they had was incredible. I could not believe the food stamps these people had was incredible. And then when we got out to the parking lot, these motherfuckers are getting into a Cadillac Escalade. The fraud is real. All the kids got little Nikes on or Vans, dressing hella good. And these fools had, and their grocery bill was like $700, and they just swiped with no problem.
Did y'all hear what she just now said? She was at the grocery store, and she's standing behind people who don't speak a lick of English. A lick. And they had a food stamp card. Their bill came up to $700. They paid it, went outside, got into a really nice vehicle. Everybody's looking good, smelling good, living life. And guess who paid for it? You did. You all paid for it. Have you ever wondered, how is it? And I love people who are business-minded, entrepreneur-minded. I love it. But how is it that people can come here, first generation immigrants who don't even speak our language, can come here, purchase homes, purchase brand new vehicles, start businesses. But you've been here 3, 4, 5 generations in, your entire life. This is all your family know. And you are still struggling to make ends meet. You got to go through hell and high water in order to get public assistance when you really need it. You got to do all of this proving that you have no man in the house to help, that you have no other forms of income. But these individuals can just defraud the hell out of our country, get whatever they want, as much as they want, and just laugh in our faces while they do so. And you can't even say anything about it, or else you're considered to be xenophobic or racist. Mike, I said it again. You can write that's 3 times. And you mean to tell me that we shouldn't have a problem with this? The citizens in Minnesota who Ilhan Omar always speak up for, these are her people. Their IQ levels are far less than the average American citizen. Far less. But yet they have government contracts, they have their own businesses, and when you go through their neighborhoods where they live, they have brand new vehicles, and the majority of them are on public assistance and SNAP benefits. Who's paying for this? You are. But you can't say anything about it, or else you are xenophobic or racist. Stop allowing these people to bully you into silence. That's all. That's the whole purpose of me posting that video. Stop allowing them to bully you into silence. Speak up. Let them know that you are at least aware of what they're doing. You ain't got to be no freedom fighter out there throwing stuff and with big old signs. You ain't got to do that. You can protest through your vote. Or you can start your own YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be, and start communicating your thoughts. I think that that's extremely important. But that's just me. Per usual, guys, thank you so much. It's been extremely, shout out to Rice and Bananas. Shout out to Rice and Bananas. Y'all are petty. Shout out to all you guys for being a part of our live stream today. Much love to all of the people who signed up for the YouTube course. We got 2 people. One of them are showing up to the group call today. I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm trying to do better with the group calls as well. So yeah. And also get out there and be more health minded. walk more, run, do calisthenics in your home, go to the gym. You know, if you're watching TV and it goes on a commercial, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up and just walk in place. Just get that heart moving. Because a lot of times it's not the food that kill us, it's us that kill us. If we're not getting better, we're getting worse. If we're not getting stronger, we're getting weaker. That's just how we are. That's the bodies that the good Lord blessed us with. There has to be some upkeep. There has to be some maintenance. Okay? All right. Now, I'm not going to preach anymore. Thank you so much again. Courtney just now sent up a super chat. Let me read this before we get out. It says, in California, white folks have to jump through many hoops and go through so much red tape. Can't have any money or assets. It's insane. Yeah, I heard about it. It's like that in Maryland too, and in DC. You gotta damn near be destitute and living in an alley sucking dick for crack in order to daggone get a paycheck from the government. For real. They gotta be able to prove that you've given some head for some crack, and before they can give you a check. It's crazy, man. And thank you, Courtney, for everything. All of my blues and greens. Thank you again for all of your hard work, for everything you do for the channel. And again, I appreciate you all, and I look forward to talking to anybody who want to learn how to do this YouTube thing. Y'all have an amazing day and continue to love on yourselves and others. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.